Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to look at my NVIDIA filter settings and I'll be showing you how to make your flight simulator look absolutely realistic and amazing. We all know that sometimes Microsoft Flight Sim can look a little bit washed out and I personally don't like that look at all. So we are going to transform it into what you're seeing right here. Alright, so without any further delay, let's jump right into it. By the way, I did buy the PMDG 777 and that's what you're looking at here. What an amazing aircraft. I'm going to make more videos on it, so stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel and let's get on with the NVIDIA settings. Alright, so let's get started with the game filter panel. You can press Alt Z and bring up your game filter panel, and I have brightness and contrast and color settings set up here. Opening up the brightness and contrast settings, I have the exposure set to 10%. Anything lower or higher will make it look terrible, so believe me, set it at 10%. Contrast is set to somewhere in between 30 to 40%. You can probably get away with higher values during daytime, but I feel like 30% is just right. In terms of highlights, you can either push it to minus 100%, or you can keep it somewhere in that 70s range. I think that looks really good. For shadows, this is a tricky one because everyone's monitor will have different kind of settings. So just look at some shadow, like for example, let's look at this shadow and let's push it higher until we start losing details. So you can see that beyond 30%, I'm starting to lose some of the details in these shadows because it gets too deep. Right, so I'm going to keep it to somewhere in that 20% range. I think that looks really good. For gamma, I usually keep it at minus 10%. Looks really good. It deepens the shadows even more, brings out this HDR kind of look. Looks amazing. That's it for the brightness and contrast setting. Let's move to the actual meat of this video, which is the color settings. Tint, color and intensity, do not play with this. Just leave them both at 0. For the temperature, this is the main setting. So you'll see that by default, Microsoft Flight Sim is very warm looking, like yellowish, orangish kind of tint to it, right? And you need to make sure that you are running somewhere in that minus 13, minus 10 to minus 20 on temperature, and that'll take out all of that orange, yellowish kind of look and bring the actual colors up. For vibrance, this is a personal choice. I'll leave it to you guys. I like a little bit of a washed out look. You can also go higher and it'll still look good. Like this is plus 10%. It'll just deepen some of the colors. Like for example, the yellows will look more yellow. And I feel like the real world is a little bit on the washed out side in terms of color. I like the minus 11.6 look better. But yeah, that's pretty much my settings, and if you follow all of these settings, this is exactly what you'll get. From what I've seen on all the YouTube videos, I see that people run really washed out Microsoft Flight Sims, and I just wanted to leave this here and help you guys out. Make sure you guys are making the most out of the Flight Sim. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one. Enjoy your weekend.